All right. Another thing that I kind of wanted to just chat about a little bit is some of you may have heard about some layoffs occurring within Microsoft. It looks like they are going to cut 3,200 jobs, says as part of a massive reorganization. Let's take a look at maybe some of the highlights from this video. Let's go ahead and play it.
Breaking a few moments ago, Microsoft announcing 6,400 layoffs, half of which will stem from its Xbox unit. Bloomberg's Jason.
Okay, so half of those layoffs are going to be from the Xbox gaming unit. So that means there's also, so that's the 3,200. Okay, so that's actually more layoffs than I thought originally. So 6,400 jobs. That means there's turmoil or some restructuring in their main business segment as well, looks like.
Trier covers the gaming industry. So, Jason, how much are these layoffs due to Microsoft's ailing fate in the stock market recently, and how much are they just due to the fact that Xbox hasn't had a hit in forever, and what on earth are those staff doing?
Yeah, so the Xbox organization specifically has been struggling for a couple of years now.
Dude.
They replaced their CEO in February, who has vowed to do what she calls a reset, and this is the first step of that. This is, I think, maybe tangentially, but...
Anybody remember Beverly Hills Cop, Banana in the Tailpipe? This guy... His voice reminds me of Banana in the Tailpipe. I mean, I certainly don't have, a ton of bass in my voice, but yeah.
Not really related to the broader cuts at Microsoft, which are about efficiency and AI. These are specific problems that Xbox has.
And on those problems, by the way, I was just looking at the CEO of Xbox, the memo he wrote to staff, which you all covered, saying we must reset Xbox. I don't know if a pun is the best way to announce that you're laying off more than 3,000 employees. But putting that aside, how much of this, Jason, also has to do with what we've been learning about how expensive components are, with Xbox itself having to rise prices? How much is that weighing on the company?
Yeah, it's definitely significant. Asha Sharma, the new CEO, she actually wrote in a memo a few weeks ago that Bloomberg reviewed that they're projecting that by 2027, the price of memory and of storage is going to be 5 times what it was in 2024 as a result of this chip crunch that is globally caused by these AI data centers and everybody needing them.
Okay, so let's get out of this video really quick. This new CEO, I don't know anything. I don't know much about her, really. Let's take a look.
Behind every great golf shot is smarter manufacturing. AT&T Business helps connect.
I was curious, honestly. I was extremely curious about where Xbox was going. The previous CEO was kind of... I don't know what he was doing, but when Xbox originally came out, it was very clear it was a video game console machine for video game enthusiasts.
You're 100 days in.
And because of the competition with PlayStation and Nintendo, it was very clear what their vision was for the Xbox as a company and where they were going. But then somewhere after Xbox 360, I just didn't understand what they were trying to do with it. It was like they started making a lot of their games multi-platform or available on other platforms, which was kind of cool, but I if you're going to survive as a business, I didn't understand that. They seem to drop off of the competition radar altogether, allowed for Sony to just kind of take over. Sony and Nintendo are kind of, at this point, the leaders in the video game industry, and both are very different. So let's just hear a little bit from this video here, kind of get maybe inside the mind a little bit of this new CEO, Asha Sharma. Let's see what she says.
100 days in.
It hasn't been uneventful.
You
haven't wasted a
It's
second.
been wild.
Gamers have gone from saying you were going to kill Xbox to putting your face on Jesus memes. How would you describe the first 100 days?
You know, there is nothing that can prepare
She
you
looks
for,
young. Whoa.
you know, taking on a new role in a new industry, being a first-time CEO, and having hundreds of millions of people having an opinion about you without ever talking to you. And so I think it's been wild. I think it's been wonderful. I think it's been weird, and everything in between. But, you know, for my first 100 days, I really just wanted to learn and listen. I felt like my first job as CEO of Xbox was just to understand the soul of Xbox, to understand the soul of what makes art, to understand the soul of creating, understand the soul of the platform, and kind of what made us great for the first 25 years.
Okay, that's good.
You were a surprise pick for CEO. Phil Spencer,
Cool
your
shoes.
predecessor, 20-year veteran, super passionate fan base. You're not a gamer, came from Instacart, Meta, Microsoft
Not
AI.
a gamer.
Tell me
Okay.
about that call from Satya. How surprised were you?
Yeah, I would say no one was probably as surprised as I was when I got that call. You know, I didn't know he had the right person on the line, but
Did you try to talk him out of it?
I'm not going to say that being a gamer should be a prerequisite of becoming CEO of a game company or a game division of a company. I don't know what everyone's thoughts on that are, but I don't know. Part of me goes, what the heck? I get it. There's some very amazing business brains and minds out there that can come in and function and actually improve companies in which they don't know much about because they can handle business aspects of that particular business rather than the root existence of it. In this case, you know, gaming. She's not a gamer, so I'm going to listen for a little bit more. I'm going to proceed with caution here. I was excited because she did want to get back to what Xbox was all about, but sounds like corporate speak to me after hearing that she's not a gamer. We'll see. Let's see.
I try to understand it. Look, like it's one of those things when we're all every day working on an AI, it's hard to see past it, right? We started with a model launching every 6 months, and now it was launching every 6 weeks and every 6 hours in some cases. And so it took a moment to just pick my head up and say, what is this all about? And then you see, oh gosh, over 1 billion people play on Xbox every single year.
Oh my
70%
gosh.
of Americans spend at least 1 hour every single week gaming. And all of my career, I've picked the things that I worked on because I deeply cared about the thing that I was going to go solve with technology, whether it was helping to make sure that every single retailer would have a chance to fight against Amazon with Instacart, or you know, private communication and preserving that and protecting that all around the world with messaging, or helping people take care of their homes. And so in this case, I think that gaming is culture. It is entertainment in many ways. If you think about some of the top shows in the world right now, they are games that turned into
To the tune of over
TV
300
series or
billion. Yep.
movies. And
Fallout, number
I
one
think
on
that
Amazon.
Fallout's number two of all time. Minecraft was number 5 at the box office when it came out. So it just feels like the world is going through such a change, and it's a consequential time, and we've got great people working on AI to help enable every enterprise, and I wanted to take on something that could help the world continue to be entertained and help them play.
So let's talk about the numbers. Gaming revenue last quarter was $5.3 billion, down from $5.7 a year earlier. Hardware revenue down 33%. The Switch 2 and PS5 are outselling Xbox by some metrics. When you walked in on day one and looked at it, what was the most uncomfortable thing you saw?
Shrink.
All right. Well, I don't want to see an ad. I think I've seen enough. Corporate speak, man.
Microsoft spent
I just I don't know. So this is the new face. This is the new face of Xbox. I haven't actually been an Xbox gamer since the Xbox 360 days. Life happens. You grow up, you have kids, get a house, mortgage, worries, stresses. You know, other things in life happen, but you kind of, you have to make your choices. I've always had gaming in the house since I was a kid. And then as I became an adult, I made it available to my children as they were born and grew up. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool that Microsoft came along. I remember when they first showed up. I remember back to the days when Bill Gates was still highly involved in Microsoft, and then the gaming division that started, and there was that big introduction to the original Xbox before it was released on stage. It was like a rock star show. And quite literally, The Rock was signed on to just make an appearance and show up on stage with the Xbox. I thought it was the start of great things to where his competition was going to make things great. And I'd say over the last 10 years or so, Microsoft has just kind of dropped the ball on where their vision is. So, I mean, it could be a good thing that this new CEO here comes in, makes some changes within the company, restructures. Obviously, I read a rumor that, okay, so there's 6,400 layoffs and 3,200 of that are coming from Microsoft Xbox division. But I also heard that she is applying, or Microsoft Xbox division is going to be applying for at least, I think it was like a few hundred or 1,000 or so H-1B visa applications to bring in now foreigners to replace, I guess, some of the jobs that they just let go, potentially American workers. So, I mean, again, rumor, speculation, who knows? I don't know exactly yet until I do some more research and dive deep into it. But if that's the case, highly disappointed in that decision, highly disappointed in Microsoft. But as you know, this is the direction companies are still going, in which we are seeing a huge loss of jobs. No matter how you want to spin it, no matter how our current administration in place wants to spin it, I was personally affected, so I'm fully aware of what the downturn in jobs are at this moment in this country. So I just don't know. I don't have a good feeling about some of these changes. We'll see if they can bounce back. They do really need to focus on their exclusives and probably, keep exclusives for their gaming platform and Xbox. Although they gave Sony so much of a lead, I don't know that they can catch up anymore. I really don't. With Nintendo, they have their IP that's solid. Their game characters and everything that they hold the rights to kind of keep them floating no matter what. They're now big into the movies, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which I have yet to see, hope to see soon, but that is the biggest money earner of the year so far. Both the Super Mario movies made over $1 billion. So, I mean, Nintendo's playing it smart. They're not only still thriving in the gaming industry, but they're starting to branch out into areas. With the Zelda Netflix series that has finished filming recently in New Zealand, looking extremely forward to that. I hope that doesn't get botched up. But yeah, Microsoft, don't know what's going on. Not sure about them layoffs. I hope that was the right decision for the company to regroup and thrive, and not just hire a bunch of foreign workers on H-1B visas to come in and do the same old stuff. So only time will tell. That's my thoughts on this topic. I've said enough. Hope everyone has a great day. Stay positive, everybody.